Welcome, my fellow citizens. Today I have very interesting comparison video for you. We're gonna compare the old versus new. So right now in Star Citizen there's over 180 ships and they are coming every day. And most of the times the new ship feels somehow always better. But is that really true? Let us find out. Today we're gonna compare the small ships, the medium ships, large ships, and of course the capital ships. We're gonna see which of these ships is better, the new and the old. So let's start with the small ships. You are a new player, you are a starter, and you want to find the best starter ship. On one side we have Avenger Titan, which is a little bit old ship, but still very nice ship. In every view from outside it is amazing little ship. The only downside, interior of the cockpit is not that great, but interior of the rest of the ship is really nice. The other side we have the new ship, and that could be the Crusader Intrepid. This ship is also very nice, but it has this asymmetrical view which most of the people do not like. Well, at least that I know. But after some times this ship goes directly into your heart. Overall, both of the ships are really nice, but in this case I would give edge to Avenger Titan. If you are a starter player and you're looking for the best starter ship, you should definitely go with Avenger Titan. Why? Well, first of all, it has two size 3s and one size 4s. This one has only one size 4. This ship has a cargo, this ship has a cargo. This ship can fight, this ship cannot fight. You can do some contracts with it, but it will not be not even close on the level of Avenger Titan. With Avenger Titan you can do almost everything in a verse. The question at the end lies on you. Do you like more the rugged style of Avenger Titan or the new look of the Crusader Intrepid? With both of the ships you cannot go wrong, but in this category I give edge to the old ship versus new ship. The next category is a medium ship, and here there's a little bit of problem because there's so many good ships. We're gonna start with very old, the Cutlass Black. This ship hasn't even received his gold standard, but still this ship is one of the best and most versatile ships in the game. This ship is a logic upgrade from your Avenger Titan. When you are looking at a ship that can do everything in the game, which can do pretty good but will not master any. It can fight in a combat, it can deliver a lot of cargo, you can pirate with it, do almost everything with this little beautiful thing and still enjoy the look and the flight. It's a classical Drake ship which some of the people do not like, but this is really good ship. On the right side we have the new. We have a Drake Clipper. This is one of the best new ships that came out, but most of the people do not like it because of its strange asymmetrical look. But if you can go over that, this ship offers something that no other ship can offer right now. It offers a medical bed, it offers the cargo, and it offers the crafting station, which is probably coming in Star Citizen 4.7. This ship is becoming more and more better every day, and if you can go over the looks, if you like the Drake ships, you will definitely like this ship. When I first saw this ship, there was two thoughts in my head. God, this is ugly, I like it. I don't know why, but this strange look of the ship I like so much because it reminds me so much of those crazy Star Wars ships when we were kids and watching those ships fly, and because of that I get the Clipper. In the middle we have something between old and new. This is a Spirit C1. This is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful ships in the game for two reasons. Look how sleek this ship is. And the second reason is it reminds me so much on Normandy from Mass Effect. Between these three ships, the closest matchup is Cutlass Black and Spirit C1. Deciding which one of these ships is better, I would say the C1 is slightly better, just slightly, because it has more armor, it's more rigged, and it's more refined than the Cutlass Black. But then the Cutlass Black offers more doors and more versatility than Spirit C1, and if you have the Cutlass Black, it's also cheaper than C1. But when we compare it to the new thing, the Drake Clipper, which also has 4 size 3s to defend, the only downside is it has 2 size 1 shields, but the size 1 shields were now buffed, and it also has an armor. So this ship becomes very good option. It cannot move the cargo on the scale of the Cutlass Black, but still it's a very nice ship. It's perfect for the solo player. So if you are a solo player and you are looking for the best medium ship right now in the game, I will give edge this time to the new ship, the Drake Clipper. However, if you are a player who is playing this game a long time and it needs a versatile ship, then definitely go for the Cutlass Black, because you can also bring a friend with you who can sit in the turret and shoot and give it an extra power. C1 is a cargo ship and it's not versatile as this thing. So this time I would say the Clipper takes the win, but barely in front of the Cutlass Black. Alright, we are coming to the medium to large vehicles, and here is getting heat up really good. Now I've set here Apollo Triage because for some reason I cannot add Hermes, but this Apollo Triage is actually representing the Hermes. So bear with me please, this is Hermes, not Triage in my eyes. So let's get started. On the left side we have the old ships, Constellation Andromeda, Corsair, C2 Hercules. And on the right side we have Asgard, Star Lancer Attack, and as I said, Hermes. Which one of these ships is better? Let's start with the Constellation Andromeda. Direct competitor to Constellation Andromeda in my opinion could be either Star Lancer Attack or Asgard, or hell, even the Hermes, because this thing is so versatile. Same as the Corsair. These two ships can do everything in the game, and I mean everything. Once you had enough of your Cutlass Black, upgrading to one of these ships will be game changing. I'm telling you right now, the Corsair and Constellation Andromeda are two best ships in the game. Constellation Andromeda didn't even receive its golden standard, and once that gets, and maybe the CIG changes a little bit cockpit, I think this would be the best ship in the game. Corsair is right now, in my opinion, the best ship in the game for the money. This thing is cheap, it's versatile, it's flying brick, but it's also amazing and beautiful. And on top of it, if you want to go over 200 or 300 and going to all the way to $400, the C2 Hercules is amazing ship. Even M2, which is a little bit step of upgrade above the C2, is just mind-blowing ship. With these ships you actually can do everything in the game. It depends what you like the most, and then picking it will be perfect. On the right side we have the new ships. We have the Asgard, which is in my opinion one of the most beautiful ships and one of the best ships that I have played in a long time. This ship feels to me like a Cutlass Black on steroids. It's not on the level of Constellation Andromeda with the firepower, but the looks, the flight, the veto, the space makes this ship very amazing. Hell, you can fly even the Nova tank in this thing. So cool is the Asgard, but there is a price tag to everything to this. 350, the Constellation Andromeda 200, 220, I don't know exactly. Same with the Corsair. And then you have Star Lancer Attack. You could also put here Star Lancer Max, but I decided Attack because it is a little bit better version in my opinion. And same, it's a little bit more expensive than the Corsair. I think it's a direct competitor to Corsair, not a little bit, much more expensive, but it offers much more. It offers size 5 guns on the side for your friends, while Corsair just makes a perfect single ship. I know this is a multi-crew ship, but so far playing Star Citizen for years and Corsair went out as it is, I never use this ship as a multi-crew ship. I remove all the guns from it and just leave this here. These turret size 2s are just joke. I remove them immediately, and so I have more power for the rest of the guns. So Corsair and the Star Lancer Attack. The Star Lancer Attack offers something that none of these other ships offer, and that is a medical bed. Bear in mind, this is Hermes, not a triage. So this thing offers a medical bed. The only reason why I upgraded my Corsair to Style Lancer TAC was because Corsair was nerfed. And in that time, the Style Lancer TAC was introduced. Clever scheme of the CIG. But I never melted the Style Lancer TAC to get the Corsair because of the one reason, the medical bed. So if you want the Drake Clipper on a higher level, then Style Lancer TAC is your ship, and it will take the win. But if you do not care about medical bed, this thing is absolute win. Between the Constellation and Asgard, I think it's really tight. It all depends what you like. Do you like the more rigid look of the Andromeda? Do you like the bars in front of your eyes, but also more firepower, 4 size 5s against the Asgard, which is very beautiful ship, military, minimalistic, and does everything that you need? I have to here give a tie. Like, it's so depends on what you like as a player and how much money do you want to give. If we are talking about money, Constellation Andromeda wins. So we are talking about Star Citizen, where people do not care so much about money, they care about ship that they like. And if you like the Asgard, then the Asgard is yours. Now the C2 Hercules versus the new Hermes. The new Hermes is a large ship, but somehow the CIG is counting it as a medium cargo ship. And with over 300 SCU boxes that you can fit inside, I think it is somewhere there, because there is this, the C2 Hercules, which can haul even 600, 700 SCU boxes. Depends on whether you're putting it on the grid or just like throwing it inside. And then there is Hull C, which can haul thousands of SCU boxes. So when you look at it like that, Hermes is actually a medium cargo hauler. But which one of them is better? The C2 Hercules, the old one, or the new one? Well, this is the first time that it is the other way around. These ships are more expensive than the old one, but here we have the new ship, which is much more cheaper than the old one, but the old one is so good. Like, the C2 Hercules is one of the best ships if you love the cargo hauling and overall doing something with your fleet. This ship is so versatile. It's crazy good what you can fit inside of this ship, what you can do with this ship in the game, from bounty missions to cargo hauling, everything. And this ship is just amazing. It has a veto, it has 2 size 5s, and if you go to M2, which is a little bit more expensive, then you can also fire the turret underneath. I don't know what to tell you. If money is not a problem, in this case the old one is better. But the other side, the new one, is also really good. It has a new technology, the rail system for the tractor beam, which makes loading and offloading this ship just easy and beautiful. If you do not care about the huge cargos like the C2 Hercules can hold, and you don't want to give so much money, then Hermes by all means wins as a new ship against old ship. I would say this for me is the best right now cargo hauler, no question about it. In this round of category, I would give an edge to the old ships. But if you are specifically need one of the new things from the new ships, then go for the new ships. Here, the old one are better, at least my opinion. Now here are the fighting ships. On the left side we have old ships, and on the right side we have the new ships. Let's start with the smallest one, the Gladius. One of the best fighting ships in the game. Still to this day, the meta fighter for almost all professional PvP players. On the right side, L22 Alpha Wolf. If we can take a look all of this ship, we can see that the design of the new ships is really nice, but the old design is also amazing. It just needs a little bit more refinements. These ships will still have to receive their own golden standard, while these ships are made with everything new in the mind. So if we compare the Gladius against L22 Alpha Wolf, I think Gladius will win hands down almost every time, because this is a military ship and this is a civilian ship. But if the good player is driving an L22 Wolf and bad one is driving Gladius, well, of course the L22 will win. But my edge to this time is to the old ship. Now we come to the Redeemer and Paladin. The Redeemer is the old ship. this was one of the best ships in the game. With 2 size 3 shields, with size 5s on the top, this thing was rocking. But the CIG nerfed it to introduce the Paladin. The Paladin has 4 size 5 on the top and only one player can use it. Here we needed 2 players to use these guns. So the Paladin is better right now because this one is nerfed. However, if this thing stayed as it was before, I would give a win to Redeemer hands down every time, because this thing has such an amazing and unique design. If you take a look at it from the side, this looks like a hawk preying on its prey, and when it opened these here wings, it feels like it's flying to catch its victim. I don't know, the Paladin is one of the best ships in the game. Also, I love the Paladin also, but Redeemer wins my heart because of its look and the design. But sadly CIG nerfed it to the ground, so right now the edge is going for the new ship. So in this category, medium fighting ships, I would give edge to the Paladin. Bear in mind, there's so many ships in between. I have just picked up a few examples of the ships that I most definitely know and use, so this is why I'm talking about them. And then we move to the big ships. We have a Hammerhead and Perseus. These 2 ships have different role. This thing is made to fight the smaller ships, while the Perseus is made to fight the bigger ships. However, the Perseus has the turrets that can be changed to fire also on the small ships. So it has 2 size 8 guns for the big ships and 2 size 3s for the small ships. So Perseus is more versatile ship. It can fight the big and small targets. However, Hammerhead has so many turrets. But the downside of the Hammerhead is it hasn't received the gold standard, and the CIG hasn't fixed multiplayer game. So bringing 4 players in 2 Perseus is 100 times better than bringing 5 players in Hammerhead. Hell, even bringing 1 Perseus against 2 Hammerhead is better, at least in my opinion. So in this category, the Perseus hands down win against Hammerhead. But will that stay after the gold standard and after fixing the PvP on large scale turrets? After the Squadron 42 is launched, we shall see. But as I said, these ships have different roles. And to end this video, on the left side we have 890 jump, somewhere in the middle Polaris, and on the right side Idris. All 3 of the ships are absolutely amazing. They are completely different categories. They are capital and almost sub-capital ships, and they are different in so many ways. But still we are talking about new against old. When you are just looking new against old, for example, the design. The 890 jump is a luxury ship, amazing design, yacht design. Either you like it or you don't like it, but if you like it, this is one of the best looking ships in any game ever. And I just love this thing. This thing also needs a gold standard, but still it is very amazing capital ship. Here in the middle we have Polaris with the torpedoes, and this ship is crazy good. It has received a gold standard upgrade of the interior, and it's just chef's kiss. This is, I think, one of the best capital ships that you can get regularly. And then we have an Idris, a very limited quantity ship, and this ship hasn't received a gold standard. This ship will receive the gold standard when the Squadron 42 is launched, and it will receive completely different interior, look and everything. So in this regard, the new is actually old, and the old is newer than the old. So I cannot compare this ship and say this one is better because they are completely different roles. I just want to say how sometimes the new ship doesn't mean that it's newer actually than the old ship, because 890 jump is much longer in the game than Idris, but Idris is a newer ship. And in that regard also, the Polaris and Idris are completely different ships. So they are military ship and this is luxury ship. So if we say now that the Idris is old ship and Polaris a new ship, and we just look at design, but the Polaris makes much more sense because it has a versatile elevator which you can very easily access the cockpit, while in Idris you have to run half an hour to reach the top of the ship. Polaris is better designed ship than Idris right now, but after the Squadron 42 there will be a completely different story. Anyway, this is just a little look to show you that sometimes the old is better than new, and you don't have to go always buying the newest thing just because it's new, because the old things can be better, but sometimes the new is also better. Thank you for watching my video. Write me down in the comments, what do you think? Are the old ships better than the new ships? If you like this video, don't hesitate to subscribe, like and share. Until next video, have fun out there.